You don't want.
Good evening. It is currently assumed today that drugs do not affect unborn children as they are inside their mother's wombs. At the end of this speech, I will provide evidence that is contrary to this claim. I will also disclose the percentage of America's citizens on drugs, why they do drugs, and also the side effects of those drugs. Now that I've disclosed the purpose of this speech, I will disclose how many of West Virginia's citizens are on drugs. In 2009, there was a survey conducted that proved 1,815,860 of West Virginia's population took drugs. West Virginia has also become known as one of the most states that has the largest amount of marijuana plants. These findings were found on the drugrehab.org website. There is one type of prescription drug that is commonly desired among West Virginia citizens. These are opioid pain relievers. Examples of these pain relievers are methadone, methodoxin, and oxidone. It has been found that 7% of overdose drugs were from opioid painkillers. Now that I have discussed the drugs that people take in West Virginia, I will discuss the reasons why they take them. For one thing, people take these drugs because they are depressed. There's a thing you can take called SSIS depression pills. The funny thing about these pills is they are not supposed to be addictive. However, it has been reported that once people start taking these pills over a certain amount of time, they cannot get off. This was found in a study of the Nova Medical Detox Center. The other reason why people are on drugs is because they take them and they feel like it is the only way to get off of drug abuse. One of the drugs that they use to get off of these drugs is methadone. Methadone is a drug that they use to avoid withdrawal symptoms like seizures, convulsions, and nausea. However, modern evidence has shown that if people take these and they are allergic to them, they will be rushed to the hospital because they are sick, because they do not breathe properly. Now that I have disclosed the side effects of the drugs, as well as the reasons for taking them, I will conclude this speech. While I was studying these drugs, I learned one important fact. You cannot judge a book by its cover when you are taking drugs with children. Even though it looks safe to you, the babies are still negatively affected. Expert witnesses have proven what happens to children when they are exposed to drugs. Dr. Chapman, who is a doctor of Marshall University, said he goes down the hall and he can see children that are suffering because of going through the withdrawal symptoms of cocaine, marijuana, and other drugs. There is also a woman named Mary, Dr. Mary, that has said, even though you cannot see the symptoms when they are born, you will see them when they are older. They have trouble talking with people, and they are not adept socially. These findings were concluded in a newspaper article by the New York Times. This study shows that when children are at risk, we must put their needs before our own. I don't want to do drugs after hearing all this information about how it hurts. How do you feel? Good evening.